Yesterday, we got a huge info dump from Bungie about the Dark Below expansion, how new legendary gear and your existing exotic gear will work going forward, and a lot of players are upset by some of this news. So today I want to go over these changes and explain why they may not be as bad as you think. So let's start off with the new legendary gear. Existing legendary gear on display in the tower will be replaced. So if you want any of it, get it now, but you might not want it as much as you think. New legendary gear will feature higher attack and defense values. Legendary items will still require ascendant materials for upgrades. This new, more powerful gear will be available to all players of Destiny. Legendary gear will not be as powerful as new raid gear or exotic. So there are changes coming to legendary gear, and I think they're good changes. The new legendary gear is going to be more powerful than the old legendary gear, but still not as powerful as raid gear or exotic. So that's all good stuff. But there's new rank commendations. So in addition to Crucible and Vanguard marks, purchasing new legendary items will require a Crucible or Vanguard commendation. Commendations are received in reputation reward packages delivered by the postmaster upon reaching a new reputation level. So if at all possible, what you want to do this week is get right up to the edge of a new rep level with all of your vendors and then wait till the Dark Below comes so you can get those, commendations. Exotic talent changes. This is where the bulk of the new changes are coming from. They did restate the stuff that they changed on December 1st as part of the December 1st Destiny update. Exotic armor and weapons no longer require ascendant materials for upgrades. The final power node of all exotic gear will require an exotic shard. This new material is obtained by one of the following means: dismantling unwanted exotics and purchase from Xur for 7 strange coins. This is one of the reasons people are really upset, is that they started dismantling exotics to upgrade other exotics already, but it turns out that that effort and those exotics have been wasted. All those shards that you've spent so far are basically wasted because you're going to want to upgrade those exotics again. That's going to cost you a shard to upgrade them and then another shard to finish the upgrade. So it's going to take 2 shards to upgrade all your exotics, and any shards you've spent so far are basically wasted. So let's talk about the new exotic upgrading. Exotic gear in the Dark Below will have higher attack and defense values than current exotic gear. For players and their current caches of exotics, a path will exist to bring them forward into the Dark Below. Starting December 9th, Xur will offer players the opportunity to upgrade exotics to the higher attack and defense values. Upgrading an exotic in this way will require an exotic shard. The upgrade will reset the progression invested into the item. Each week, Xur will possess a selection of upgrades for existing exotics in his inventory. So what's all this mean? Basically, let's say you have Yalahorn, right? You have a fully upgraded Yalahorn. You just spent an exotic shard to upgrade it. That progression is going to be reset when Xur offers an upgrade path for that gun. So you're going to have to give him 7,000 Glimmer to buy the upgrade as well as an exotic shard, and then you're going to have to re-upgrade Yalahorn to its new higher level. And then to finish off that upgrade, you're going to have to spend another exotic shard. So exotic shards are going to be very valuable. And unfortunately, we didn't know this, so we've been wasting them on the current exotics. And that's pretty upsetting to people. The good news is it's going to be much quicker to upgrade exotics. They're going to require less experience to fully upgrade. So it should be a faster progression path. But you're really going to want to save those exotic shards starting right now. So let's talk about the Crucible. Expansion 1 will include 2 new exclusive competitive playlists. New Crucible arenas, Pantheon, Skyshock, and the Cauldron will be featured in map rotation. Playlists available in the Director will change week over week. Experiences will alternate between 12 and 6-player engagements, and map rotation will alternate between focusing solely on new expansion arenas and including original launch maps in the mix. I'm really excited. I was a little bit disappointed by how many maps were included with Destiny on launch, and I'm really excited to get some more maps in the PvP. Heroics and Nightfall PvE changes. With the light level increase to 32, Heroics and Nightfalls will be increased by 2 light levels to keep up with the new content, level increases, and gear items. That means that the weekly Heroic and the Nightfall are both going to be level 30 now, and all of the daily Heroics will increase by 2 light levels. So they're going to be much more difficult. It is definitely time to upgrade. New raid, the Crota's End raid. The new raid Crota's End will unlock on December 9th. Players at light level 30 can lead a fire team immediately upon release. The reward system in Crota's End will address some issues reported in the Vault of Glass. Raid loot in Crota's End will drop at a higher rate. Hooray! New raid gear will contain a wider variety of potential perks. So going through the raid multiple times and getting the same boots, the boots may be very, very different from one another. Weapons and gear from Crota's End will not require Ascendant materials for upgrades. Radiant shards and radiant energy acquired in the raid will be used to upgrade new raid gear. So you're going to have to play the raid to upgrade raid gear. Unwanted weapons and gear from Crota's End will dismantle into radiant materials. Primary weapons will not drop until the harder version of Crota's End is released sometime in January. I believe this is to prevent people from cheesing Crota's End as hard as that we all cheese the Vault of Glass. I think they're waiting to release the hard mode in January just to see how players react to Crota's End and to fix any exploits they see right away and make those primary weapons really elite. So some big changes here. I think people are really upset about the exotic stuff, and it is fairly upsetting. Now, you got to look at this a few different ways. Bungie could have just left the exotics alone, kind of left them at the level they are at and just said, okay, you want better gear? Go earn the new exotics in the Dark Below. Instead, what they've done is said, you can upgrade your old exotics to be useful in the Dark Below, but it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you time, and it's going to cost you strange coins, and it's going to cost you glimmer. It's going to cost you all of these things. And people are really upset because, they've already started spending these exotic shards. They've started dismantling, older exotic equipment. Maybe you have double truths. You got 2 truth rocket launchers, and you already disassembled it so you could upgrade maybe bad juju, which suddenly became much better than it used to be. It would have been nice if Bungie had given us a heads up on this. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit upset about this too. I've already used some of my exotic shards to upgrade exotic weapons that I'm going to have to re-upgrade again. So those exotic shards are basically wasted. The time I've spent trying to upgrade these guns in the last week or so is essentially wasted. However, I am happy that they are allowing us to upgrade our exotics to continue to be useful. Instead of just having, okay, if you want new exotics or you want good exotics, you got to play the Dark Below, you got to get those new exotics. Your old stuff is going to feel old and it's not going to be useful anymore. I am glad that my Cerberus regime is going to be upgraded. I'm glad that Yalahorn is going to be upgraded. I'm glad that Thorn is going to be upgraded. I'm happy about this. I'm a little upset that I just spent some exotic shards to upgrade some of those guns, but hopefully those exotic shards are going to be easy enough to get that I won't feel that way once the expansion actually hits. Time investment wise, Bungie has said that it's going to take less time to upgrade exotic armor and weapons. And that is good. It takes forever to upgrade, especially weapons. Armor gets upgraded a little bit faster because you're always wearing it. Any mission experience you get goes toward that armor. But for weapons, the only way to get experience for them that I know of is to actually kill things with it. or to have it equipped when you're turning in bounties. And it can take a very, very long time to upgrade, especially secondary weapons or rocket launchers, because you're just not using them as much to kill things, and it takes a really long time. So if you just finished upgrading Icebreaker like I did, it's no small time investment to say, oh, okay, I'm going to have to reinvest all that time, but it's going to be less time, and that's a good thing. So hopefully, once this expansion hits, that we're all going to be happy about this. I was a little perturbed by this news as well, but I think it's going to be okay. So let me know what you guys think about all these changes down in the comments below. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.